All right, guys, we are live. So tonight's show is a little bit exciting, but the exciting part we're going to save um, towards the end. We're waiting for people to come in too. So the exciting part we're going to wait till the end. The pizza, because I know everybody wants to get some pizza here. So just to give you an idea of what we're going to talk about tonight, we have President Everett Garnco here tonight, and Carm Brianti's here as well. Dane Leo again is working, fighting crime and doing his social service to us. So we wish him to be safe tonight, and we wish he was here again. But hey, duty calls. So the first segment, President Garnco wants to discuss a few things having to do with our children's education and some graphs that you may have seen. Second part, which again, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because we know you guys don't want to. It's nice out. Maybe you want to go sit outside. Oh my goodness, President Garnco.
So I know I'm all over the place.
The second thing is we want to discuss the graduation and what Mr. Garnco has actually done, and what myself and Carmen are pushing for, and we think that's very important to the parents because we want these students to have some sort of graduation. We want them to have their end of year ceremonies and stuff. So that's another thing. So without any further ado, and hopefully Mr. Garnco could keep it brief but to the point. He wants to discuss what he was going to discuss.
Dad, I'm sorry, Mr. Barber.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You start.
Before I even get into what I wanted to discuss, I just wanted to come on here this evening too and just make sure all our residents are doing well, staying healthy, following the guidelines. Hopefully, none of you suffered any kind of tragedies in your family. I just want to make sure everybody's safe. But I also wanted to come on and endorse you and your two running mates. Myself, my vice president, Mr. Chuck Nuciforo, my right-hand man, Mr. Tommy Barquette, Mr. Folgarino, Mr. Mazzola. We all support this group, these three people, Barbara, Brianti, Leo. When we first were starting this election, we knew, obviously, Mr. Barber has been with us for 3 years, and he has been a phenomenal board member. I surround myself with, I've been the president for 2 years, and the reason why things are working is because the committees that I put together, especially this year, have been second to none. I mean, the best. We've accomplished so much in just 1 year. It's mind-boggling. But, we sat down with Mr. Barber. We knew he was going to run by himself and look for two other members. And we basically, spoke to these two guys, Mr. Brianti and Mr. Leo, two young gentlemen, very, very successful in their own line of work. And we sat down and we told them our vision. And their vision, after we spoke with them, we asked, well, what do you want to do? What are your goals, if you were to be lucky enough to be elected? And their vision pretty much lined up with us. So I really feel that we have a superb group here, and I'm here to really endorse them big time. And not only myself, like I said, I can speak because I spoke to him. I'm speaking for my vice president, Mr. Nuciforo, my right-hand man, Mr. Tommy Barquette, Mr. Folgarino, and Mr. Mazzola. Okay, at this time, I'm going to get into what I wanted to speak about. And you know what? I don't want to, nitpick, but I have to, because if you got this flyer by, I guess, I'm going to call it the other team that sent it out. It's so misleading. It's incorrect. It's not the truth. And I just want to read a couple of things.
Now, Mr. Garnco, I don't want to cut you off, but you guys got to understand, Mr. Garnco sits in on every committee. So he's in with the finance committee, education committee, buildings and grounds. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted him to talk about this, because he gets the full picture as opposed to some of us who are just in one committee or another. So that's the reason. I just wanted people to be aware of that.
It's a very good point, Mr. Barber. And that's, as president, you're fortunate enough, if you want to, go to every single meeting. And I do. I make sure I attend. And when I got this in the mail, I'm looking at it just like I'm sure most of the people, and it was very hard to understand. And I go to every meeting. It's so misleading. Basically, what this is just a snapshot. It's like a tenth of a degree of a full photo picture. And I just want to read what I spent the whole night trying to figure out what they were trying to say here, and it's so misleading. And I just want to read. It's going to take a couple of minutes, but I'm going to read a little thing. To effectively evaluate student achievement, educators look at multiple sources. These include data from the state assessment used in Mr. Keelis's graphs, data from district benchmark assessment, test scores created by the district, report cards, grades, attendance, graduation rate, dropout rate, and discipline reports. Using only state assessment does not tell the complete story, and that's what they used here.
And that's so not to cut you off. So that's just one area of, say, a total of 8 almost that you read off.
Just like I said, they're using the state assessment, but it didn't include the other 7 or 8 things that I just said. So it doesn't tell the complete story and should not be the sole base of evaluating student achievement. Remember that the school-wide data includes the entire student population, and our number of special education students and English learning students can sometimes negatively affect the percentage of students who are proficient. This does not fool any of the students in that category of our district. Looking at the test scores, we do meet the district. We hit the graph targets in literacy, but not math. We know we have to work on the math, but we're getting there. If you look at it, not here, not on this, but if you go on the website, you look at it, even though we're not hitting the target every year for the last 3 years, we are going up. So we are getting better. Looking at the test scores on the graph, on this graph that I'm speaking about, district meets the targets. Okay, I said that. To make the statement that money does not matter speaks the lack of a commitment that they have towards education. Money does matter when it comes to used to hire additional reading specialists, additional STEM teachers that reducing class sizes, purchase more technology, and find tutoring programs, etc. And I just want to explain a little thing. If anybody really understood this, which I find it hard to believe because it's very, very confusing. But I want to, and I have to explain because I did my homework last night. If you look at this graph, 2017, the reason why the budget reduced for 1 year was due to the closure of the York School. I don't know if you guys remember, we had an York School in Clifton. That ran us almost $6 million a year to run, which most of us thought. I know a lot of the parents out there liked it because of the kids that weren't doing, not that they weren't doing, it was more for discipline, children that acted up in school. And it was good, but it was an overkill, I thought, in spending. Now, that's why that went down in 17, 18. I just had to explain that because it looks like we're spending money on teachers. That's not the truth. 2018-19, when it increased, if you look here, 2018-19, they're saying it increased, and we still didn't get any better with the test scores. The reason why it increased is because we opened a new school.
We opened a school,
New school, which is on Lincoln Place over there. An additional school with utility bills, additional staff, teacher, security, secretary, principal, etc. Our additional expenditure for that year, 18-19, not only included that, but it also included an increase from the charter school that we have in our district by $725,000, increase in health benefit courses that doesn't show in here by $1.3 million. And to prove the point that Keelis wants to make, you would not need to show that the money's being spent on hiring additional staff. We didn't hire additional staff. I just went through all the stuff that we did, and this is hardly the case. The flyer was a manipulation of data to prove a point that really doesn't make any sense. And data can always be used to show a positive or negative side of something. I don't know what side this shows. I just got to end this.
Go ahead.
A deeper dive into the data is necessary. I mean, I just had to bring this out because when I received this a couple of days ago, I'm like, what does this mean? What is this? It literally took, a few long hours to really dive into this. And most of the numbers are even wrong on there. I mean, it's funny. But listen, again, I just had to say that. I appreciate you giving me the time to let me do that. But my prime reason on here was to endorse you three candidates along with the majority of the board. I can speak for them, and I am speaking for them. They told me that they support you wholeheartedly. Like I said, Mr. Barber, you've been nothing but a godsend since you've been here. And
Thank you.
I know Mr.
And Carmen's going to be great too, though. We know.
Oh, Carmen, forget about it. I
Carmen's
am
a winner.
so impressed with this gentleman since I met him, and I've been working with him, and same with Dane. So I'm gonna end my thing. I do have a few other things that you're gonna segue me into.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be quiet now, Frank.
Good. So me and Carmen we were discussing this beforehand, and just to kind of add to what President Carnto said, some of the driving forces and we've said this before, in a child's education are socioeconomic status, parental involvement. And so, if Garfield is primarily, I don't want to say poor because that's a bad term to use, but our socioeconomic status is kind of lower than most. So, when you see this large budget, and I don't think Mr. Garfield,
we're very blue collar. Garfield's a very blue collar.
Yeah. We send almost $8 million to the charter school, so that comes out of our budget, which he didn't mention. And me and Carmen were discussing that, right? I mean, earlier, so. We have to rein those things in. But the next thing, and again, Carmen, maybe you could segue into this about graduation, how Mr. Go ahead, you introduce it, my friend.
Yeah, it's we want to bring up the graduation, how important it is for everybody, and all the parents are asking us, and everyone's concerned about that. What is the board going to do for us? For the children, the seniors. For their graduation, their prom.
Well, I don't know. I know both you gentlemen and including Carmen watched yesterday's board meeting, and Miss Siaka did a very, very lengthy explanation on a lot of things. And one of it was she didn't get into the ideas, but I know the staff has tremendous ideas about graduation for the middle school, for the high school, and I also want to do it for the fifth graders because you're graduating grammar school to go into the middle school. And I can tell you they're coming up. I know some of them. I'm not going to share them right now. They'll have it on the website, but they have some very, very great ideas. But, being that you're talking about this too, I want to let the parents know that any idea that you might have, submit to Ms. Yak or inbox us so we can share it with the superintendent or the business administrator. But I can tell you, I'm telling you, myself, my team, these three guys running, we spoke about it. We want these kids to graduate one way, shape, or form. I actually sent the governor last week an email.
Yeah, we talked about this. I called you and you said, "Let me go. I'm writing the governor a letter. We need to have graduation."
Yes. I actually, sent him an email, and I basically gave him reasons why. And I know some of you parents are not going to be happy with this, but I gave him reasons why I think the school should not open this year. I mean, and some of the reasons, I'm not going to get into it, but some of them were, the children could be carriers and not be affected at all. But, these underlying health conditions that we're learning about, maybe one of the staff members or a teacher or a coach might have a condition he or she don't know. And one of these little children could come in and infect the staff. I think this year we should just call it a school year. Our remote learning has been a success. But I said, I want our kids to graduate. I want us to do something for these kids, these high school kids, the middle school kids, and even the grammar school kids going into the middle school. So, I mean, I don't know if he heard. It was funny. When I sent that, my girlfriend Iris gave me an email that her sister sent her, and it was somebody saying why the school should not open. And they also, it wasn't me, but it also said about these kids should not be gypped to their graduation. So we are all on the same page for that, I can assure you. And something very special will be done for these children. I promise you that.
Yeah. And that's why, I wanted to have you on. I just wanted people to get a glimpse of, and Carmen too, of what you do behind the scenes. You as a president, you just don't, and I see this, and, some people don't know what goes on. And you took your own time, you're emailing the governor, you're, making your calls to county officials. And And that's what we're about. And this kind of segues us into our next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. I mean, Carmen, do you have anything to add to that? I mean,
yeah, no, it's just that, I know everyone's concerned about all the graduation and make sure that we have it. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows anything that we can do, we will do. We're definitely not going to let it, slide through the cracks.
And also somebody brought up, Kathy, you have a good point about the kindergartners. We should actually, and that's a good point, maybe think about doing something. I know some other schools and districts are doing little things for them, like a Zoom or some sort of thing where they're all together and they all see one another, and we do something like with a virtual graduation.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with getting everybody in the car and passing by and going through and getting a little diploma from your teacher who's masked up and gloved up. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. And again, that, I guess, Mr. Barber, that was from a parent, Kathy?
Yeah, Kathy.
And I tell, or I ask all parents, share your ideas. Garfield is a very, very unique town. Actually, it's a city. We have a lot of people that have a lot of good ideas. So share them, please.
Yes. So, which brings me to my next thing. Again, I didn't want to keep you guys too long, but we're a team, and I include Everett in this, and Jack Mazzola, Focarino, Tommy Barquette. Did I say Chuck Nucifor?
You did now, sir. And Mr. Fogarino.
And Mr. Fogarino. Yeah, I said them. So we're all a huge team, but I know around this time of year, election time, things sometimes do get a little ugly and turn people off. But I have to say, I am so proud of the team that I'm with and the people that I'm working with. We have Powell, Romy Herrera, Aaron Delaney, Joe Delaney, Mayor Rigoloso. We got Dane and Carmen. I mean, we as a team, we get together and we say, what can we do for our people to make life better in this situation? And that is our goal. It's for us, it's not about winning the election, because it's more about bringing people together. That's why we took half of our, our flyer, where we could have put all stuff about us, and what we said, screw it. Let's make it, let's give them something. Let's give back a little bit. And then, as far as the, I have to bring up our mayor and Joe Delaney, because they've been out there day and night, Carmen as well, risking their health. Aaron's been out there too. I mean, but those three in particular, risking their health, putting up signs. In fact, our mayor got sick. Joe Delaney got sick at one point with it. And, this is what we're about. It's about our town and putting, we actually put ourselves on the back burner for our people. And I hope, I hope people recognize that. I'm not even going to give myself accolades. I was out there putting up signs, but I was masked up. And, I seen Mayor Riggs out there. Sometimes he didn't even have a mask on. He was just running, bringing water. And Joe Delaney calls me.
Look where that got him.
Yeah. I mean, so, I respect that so much. And I'm so proud of this team and what we're doing. And then, I'm not going to lie, like, the signs was a group effort by us. And then the pizza, and that's what we're going to get to next. Everybody's going to, I'm going to tell you the winners.
Frank, like what you're going with too, I just want to let people know too. It's like we're doing even more than just running for the election and like putting out signs and stuff like that. We're helping out the seniors with like exercising. I don't know if anyone's seen that on on social media. They have aerobics classes. I mean, we're involved in that. We're trying to help any which way we can. So,
matter of fact, gentlemen, you don't even know it, but we just sent a whole bunch of bagels over to the seniors.
Yeah, the seniors
today
we sent over. So I knew about that. We all got together. We decided to send some bagels over there. We just want to put smiles on faces. This is a time where people need to be lifted up and made feel like we're a community, not dragged down. And I don't want to feel that way. Nobody wants to feel that way. I know the other day I did a Facebook Live. I was a little down. I'm up. I'm feeling good. Today is an awesome day. We're having an awesome campaign. I love this. You know, and as far as the pizza goes, well,
pizza for everyone.
COVID-19 went all in on a Garfield. Okay, they went all in, and you know what? I feel like our team went all in too and upped the ante. And we're going to make COVID-19 fold. I feel that way. We're making COVID-19 fold like a poker game, okay? And that's how I feel. And without any further ado, I want to pick the winners of the pizza. Is everybody ready for the winners for the pizza?
You know, yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Barber.
Should I pick the winners for the pizza?
Absolutely.
Of course you should.
Go for it.
Hold on. Let me go get the bag with the names in it. Hold on. Wait.
You know what? While Mr. Barber is away, I just wanted to, you know, I know I bored a lot of people with that chart, but basically the point I wanted to make is, you know, Mr. Keelis wants to, the point he wanted to make that is what we were spending extra money on teachers and it didn't help our kids educate. That is not true. I wanted to let you know that the reason why the money did go up that 1 year was because of the $1.3 million in the increase in the insurance and almost $750,000 increase for our charter school. So that there is over $2 million. And that 1 year that money went down, you know, it wasn't that we were cutting the cost. We weren't teaching our kids. It went down $5 million because we closed that school in Clifton, the York school. So they're the only 2 points that I really wanted to make. I'm sorry. I see you, Frank.
Awesome.
Let's get the winners of the pizza.
Let Scarlett pick it. She's watching TV with mommy right now, but she doesn't really like to do Facebook
She's refusing to be on the camera, Frank.
Hey, wait. You know what? Let me get Scarlett. You're
Hey, get mommy to do it.
Just so everyone knows, we still do have some more of these. It's definitely limited right now. You know, if we have to, we will get more if anyone wants them. We still have some more yard signs if anyone's interested.
Actually, you want the mayor stopped by me. He had to drop something off, and 2 people passed. And, oh, Mr. Mayor, they say, can I have one of those signs? He had them in his truck. He gave 2 out while he was parked on Jewel Street.
That's awesome, and that's the great thing. I mean, you know, like I said, we are running for the Board of Ed, but you know what? We even, like I said, with the signs, we put it off to the side. We're not putting our signs out right now. We're putting out these signs here to say,
bring the community together.
Because that's what's more important. You know, it's Garfield, it's the children. So yeah, we're out here for everybody. Anyone ever needs,
and it's no secret, Norm. No secret, Norm. You know, Garfield's been hit big. I mean, we've lost a lot of people, and like I mentioned yesterday,
all right,
you know, in the meeting, you know, we lost one of our own, Dr. Conti. You know, he died of complications of this invisible enemy called COVID-19. So, you know, it's real. It's real.
All right, we ready?
There you are.
Okay, so go ahead, get that.
So, Mr. Barber, how many winners do we have?
I don't know. You know what? Forget it, man. Everyone's getting pizza.
Everyone that put in.
You're all getting a pie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, that's why we're all trying to help out in any which way we can. So I hope everyone's going to enjoy the pizza.
We need to explain this. Guys, you're all getting a pie on the day that you specified. Now, I know some people gave times of 6 o'clock, and if we were doing 45, it would have been easier to be closer to that.
How many pies are we doing, Mr. Barber?
We're doing close to 100 pies. I think we're doing 100, right? 90 something.
Yes, I know we're up there.
So everybody's getting a pizza. And the reason we want to do this, guys, eat it with your family, enjoy it, you know, and just be happy. And that's all I want to say. Like, so going forward though, with the pie, I know some of you put 6, some of you put 5, some of you put 3. The ones that put the off times, like a 1 o'clock or a 3 o'clock, it'll be pretty easy to get that there for you. But there was a lot of people that put like 6 o'clock or a lot of people that put 5 o'clock. So what I want to say is try and give them time. Like if it doesn't come right at 6 or it comes a little bit early, you know, don't think that.
I don't think there's going to be a problem with people not being home.
No, I don't think so. But
and I just want to say too about this, because we want to make sure that no one is hungry at this time. You know, that's the biggest thing. And like I said, all we're trying to do is just keep the community together. And do whatever we can. So that was one of the biggest things. We didn't want anyone to go hungry through this.
Yeah, and you know what? It started off, we were like raffling off 45 pies, and then I'm like, I feel bad. How could we tell people that, sorry, you lost? Nobody, I don't want nobody to lose, especially in this environment. So I talked to the guys. I talked to Joe Delaney. I talked to Aaron. I talked to Romy. You know, I talked to Powell. I talked to Mayor Riggs, and I have to give props to. I talked to Dane. I talked to Carmen, and I have to give props to Mayor Riggs and President Garnto, because we were like, man, 100 pizzas. That's a lot of pizzas, and I'm like, you guys need to find, I think, 2 pizza places. So, what 2 pizza places are helping us out? We got to give them the shout out because
we got Santoni's Pizzeria that's doing half of them, and Mamma Mia's is doing the other half for us.
So yeah, so you know, and they're going to be working busy. The delivery guys are going to be out there. So you know, we're keeping you safe. We're keeping you home. You know, you're at least one night this week. Everybody who put in, you're going to be getting a pizza pie. And if you know somebody who put in for it, just tell them, hey, you're getting a pie, because I have the whole list. I made a big Excel spreadsheet, which I'm sending to President Garnto and to Mayor Riggs. Rob said we can use his truck to deliver if needed. Robbie Cochran.
Mr. Cochran?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, that guy is always there for you, man. He
said no tips. That might not be a bad idea. I mean, Rob, if you want to lend a hand, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Absolutely. I'll go out with you, and we could go house to house.
Actually, when tomorrow, I'll go out with you too. I'll just mask up.
I just want to read something. Jennifer wrote something. She said, I told my job, Holy Name Hospital she works at, how much Garfield is so strong. We stick together like glue, and we always have each other's back. I get Holy Name signs from my job, and I already have 3 houses and have them posted on the lawn along with Garfield Safe. That's awesome. You know, I mean, my wife's a nurse at Hackensack, but hey, listen, all these hospitals are doing a great job. I commend you for even working in the hospital, for going in there. Any of these frontline workers, I consider them all, like your postal guy, these Amazon guys that are delivering. I mean, they're risking their health.
The grocery clerks, the stock boys and girls. I mean, everybody that's out there doing their job. They're all the heroes.
Yeah, I mean, we're nothing, you know, really. I feel like, you know, it really puts things in perspective of what's important in life. You know, it's health and family, and you can't. Nothing else is going to ever change that. And I think, you know, as bad as this whole situation is, I think a lot of people are learning the value of a human life, the value of time with your family. Not that people didn't value a human life, but you know, you hear, oh, so and so died. Oh, what a shame. But now it's affecting a lot more people, and I think it's really hitting home with a lot of people. Rob said, call him when we're done. You got it, Rob. We will.
You know what, Mr. Barber, real quick, can I, you know, I don't know the exact time, but, and forgive me if, you know, I just thought I should bring this up now too. As I stated before, we lost one of our own, Dr. Kenny Conti, and I'm pretty sure the funeral home is Conti's funeral home, and he's going to be taken to the cemetery from there on Thursday. I'll find out the times. Maybe Mr. Barber, because I know you go on Facebook a lot with your team and give the particulars. Maybe we can let people know if you want to pay your last respect to the doctor. I think they're going to allow cars to line up in a possession, but you're not going to be able to get out. I don't know if they're going to let you into the cemetery, but at least to the cemetery. It would be a nice send-off for Dr. Conti. I was
thinking, if we were social distancing, let's say we went to the funeral home and we all stood on the sidewalk 6 feet apart and clapped as the.
Well, I just did that last week for a friend of mine that I lost in town. And I'm sure his wife wouldn't mind me naming his name. One of my good friends, Tony Scanella, and they did that. Sant'Angelo's in Lodi, and there had to be a 100 people, spread out pretty, practicing the social distance, doing that, tapping their heart, giving Maria and her son a kiss, in the air. And, we followed him to the cemetery. I actually was working that day, so I was one of the police cars that escorted him into the cemetery. So I went in, but I did not go into the mausoleum. But, it's something nice. It's unfortunate that these families are going through this, and you can't even have a normal, send off for your loved one. So I think it would be something nice to do.
I agree with you. We should definitely come up with something. At least we'll let the people know. I know me as a board member, and I'm sure Carmen and Dane. Dane is working tonight. Somebody asked where Dane is. Dane is,
he's protecting all of us tonight.
Yes.
Just to let you guys know, our police department, we come up with a modified schedule. So now the guys on the road are working, I think, 4 12-hour days, and then they're off, and they're staggering the shifts just in case someone does get infected. The whole department don't. We're trying to, minimize the spread if, God forbid, if it does happen. Like me in the bureau, there's only 2 of us working each night in the bureau, although, and we're working 12-hour days there too. So, but yes, Dane is protecting the citizens of Garfield as we speak.
Yes. So, I guess that's it. Any final words from you guys?
I did post also about the jets flying over. I hope everyone was able to see that. It was actually
didn't see it, and I was out on my deck. I didn't see it. I was out 10 to 12. Never seen them.
Oh yeah, they were more like over Woodridge area, but they did fly over. It was,
okay.
I hope you were able to see it. Like I was by Teterboro Airport. I saw him fly by. It was
perfect spot, Barb.
Yeah, it was. It was awesome. I actually videoed it, so I'm definitely gonna give it to you, Frank, so you can post it. Just so they could see it.
Great.
Yeah, I think it was a really
we will see it. We will see it.
Yeah.
Compliments of Carmen Briante. Good job, brother.
Rob Cochran just said 10:30 a.m. Thursday at Conti Funeral Parlor on Elmwood Park. For those of you who don't know where that is, that's on Market Street. That's where I guess I believe that's where the funeral.
By the police department.
Yeah. Well, it's close. It's if you're coming from River,
make a right on the Market.
Yeah.
You're coming from River Road, you go under the trestle, make a right, and it's right there on your right-hand side.
And the other way, it's by TD Bank. If you make a left by TD Bank when you go down Midland.
All right, now we're going to argue.
Right? Okay. Depends. Got
to agree to disagree, right, Mr. Barber? But Bobby, again, Cochran, see, he comes through already. Thank you, Mr. Cochran, for that information.
Yes. Appreciate that. I guess that's really it. I just want people to be safe. I hope these last 2 weeks of this election or 3 stay very, very clean. I want to keep it that way. I know it got a little messy there, and everybody kind of. I took a step back and I say, you know what? It is what it is. I'm sure Carmen did too. We didn't want it to go that way. So that's all we want. We want people to be happy. We want people to eat their pizza.
And we also want people to vote. You'll be getting those ballots in the mail. They were supposedly sent out the 24th, which was last Friday. Up to this time, I don't know anyone that received the ballot yet. So we do have until May. We do have until May 12th. Once you receive it, you have until May 12th at 4 p.m. to postmark it by 4 p.m. and get it out. But I would highly advise all of you, once you get it, fill it out, mail it. As soon as you get it, it'll get back there. And I ask you as, this is one of the reasons why I came on tonight. Please vote Barbara Briante Leo. We need to continue the success. I think, the success that we've shown over the last 3 years is proof that we're doing the job. I didn't get into all the particulars about how we didn't replace this and that. We're saving money. We're being very, very frugal. Trust me.
Yeah.
And when you want to talk about transparent, I don't think I've been around a group of people that have been more transparent than most of the guys that I'm affiliated with over the last 4 years. I can honestly say that. And again, I always said, and Mr. Barber, you would know, Mr. Leo, you're just getting into it. Come to these board meetings. I always was an advocate. Come to the board meeting. Hold us accountable for, what we do and what we don't do. Hold us accountable for our lack of action. And, sometimes you can praise us for our action. You know, we want to hear from you. You know, we're not mind readers. You know, how many times we go on the field, Mr. Barber, you can attest to this. Well, this and this happened. First of all, we find out from you people sometimes. We don't even know about it. But if we don't know that you're unhappy about something, or you want something, hey, could this be done a different way? Unless you articulate that to us, we're not going to know. Come to the meetings.
And that's what I want to say. Carmen sees it all the time. You know, a lot of people go on Garfield Parents and complain and all this, the board, Listen, I get it. I get it. Venting. I'm on there venting. You guys see it. Some of you have to inbox me and say, hey, calm down, relax.
Enough, Mr. Barber, enough.
Well, with that, I just want to say, Frankie's very passionate about making sure that the facts get out. Running with him, I could be honest with you. He does his homework. Everything that he does state is 100% true. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. He is very passionate about that.
And that's the truth. Like, guys, don't complain on Garfield Parents. Inbox one of us. Call me. Call President Garnto. Call Carmen, because I know he's a winner. So you're going to be calling him. So call him and tell him. You know, let's keep that open line of communication. We would never turn you away. We're never going to say, hey, that's a stupid idea, or no, you're wrong. You know?
Well, I also want to say one thing, too. I know we're going back and forth, and this is going to fall on Mr. Barber because he's the technical guru in our group here, and I love it. But I can assure you, everyone out there, that from this point on, I would love to do it weekly, but at least once a month, we're going to be getting on social media and talking to you people and letting you give us your likes and dislikes. I mean, listen, we know, everybody should know, you're not going to make everybody happy, but we do try our best, and we have the children 100% in our hearts, and
yes.
For the best education that we can possibly
Helen said she has no problem calling us. I know that.
Who's
Helen.
that? Is that Miss Hicks?
Yes.
Tell her I said hello.
Yeah. Well, you can tell her. She just heard you.
Helen, how are you, dear? How are you?
So, guys, you know, have a good night. Love your family. Call your whoever you're missing. Call them. Tell them you love them. You know, it's funny today. My parents stopped by, masks on, and you know, it almost brought me to tears because, you know, normally when my mom and dad come in, big hug, big kiss, and it's like it hurts actually when they come here because I feel separated from them, and you know, it means a lot to be able to hug someone. And that's why I say, like, the people that live with you, like, I can hug my wife, I can hug my daughter, but you want to, you know, I can't wait to be able to hug them again.
Just tell Frankie, just tell them you love them. That's what's got to be right now. It'll get back to normal. Soon enough. It will.
Anyway, enough from me, guys. Be safe. Carmen, any closing statements?
Just Dane texted me. He just wanted to make sure he says hi to everybody. He's, like he said, he's working. But yes, no, definitely, you know, just want to make sure everyone's safe out there. If you guys need anything at all, and we can do it for you, we will definitely do it. We still, like I said, we still have some of these. Anyone wants them, let us know. We still have some more yard signs. Listen, if we have to get a few more, we have no problem getting them. Just let us know who needs them. Just the address.
Carmen will pay for them. He's got it, right? Carmen, you got it.
We'll figure out how to get them.
That charge card.
We'll definitely get them out.
All right, Mr. Briante, are you done, Carm?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Anybody who came in late, you're all getting pizza, just in case. Because I don't know if people were in and out. You're all getting pizza. Anyway.
All right. I would just like to, close just saying, everybody be safe, love your family, continue to practice social distance. It's very important. It's a fact that we've broken the curve of this pandemic by practicing this. And enjoy your pizza. And please, I'm asking you from my heart to go, if you have time, pay your respect to Dr. Conti this Thursday and send him off, with a kiss and a pat on the heart when you see the hearse go by. I would really recommend you doing that.
And John, Steeler Nation, I had to show you this, John. There you go, man. Steelers.
Stop.
Hey, that's a vote. I got it. You know, I'm a Steeler fan. No. All right, guys.
All right, everybody. Stay safe. Love you all.
Your address inboxes, please, and we'll get you a sign.
Kathy, spread the word. All that signed up are getting a pizza pie. Okay. All right, guys. Love you.
Send me the list, Mr. Barber. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Wait, don't start yelling at your kids or